Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about Foxbody headlights. And for those of you watching that own a Fox, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say you don't want to be caught out after dark in these cars. I should maybe preface that a little bit. I don't know, maybe some of you guys can see all right at night. I mean, my green coupe, which a lot of you that have been watching my channel for the last little bit know, I've had this car since I was 17. I mean, it saw day, night, rain, shine, it saw it all. And I don't ever remember the headlights being as awful as I find them to be now. And I guess maybe something to consider in that is that headlight technology has definitely come a long way since the 90s. But I find with these things, well, in stock format, the light output is awful for starters, and two, like, you can only see about 15 feet in front of you. Like, it's not good if you're not on a well-lit road. So yeah, and I guess maybe we just get spoiled with the newer cars. I don't know what it is, but it leads me to believe that I got around for all those years with barely seeing at night. I don't know. I guess it was just I was accustomed to it. So anyway, every Fox I've owned, these two included, has had terrible headlights, and I want to do something about that once and for all. My green coupe has a set of like dirt cheap. They're like 15 years old. They're kind of a blue tinted bulb, more for an aesthetics thing than anything in high school. Well, they've been in there for over 20 years, and the light output's a little bit better than like the stock yellow filament bulb, but it's not good by any means. So I want to upgrade them, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this LED deal. I've had some experience with HID, and I actually bought an HID kit for this green coupe. I was going to put them in it at one point in time, and because of the way a 9004 bulb goes into the housing and twists, and then it's got that little cap that locks it in place, it wouldn't work with that HID bulb setup. I tried everything shy of like busting out the Dremel and making it work, but I wasn't into doing that, and the kit was pretty cheap too, so it sits in the shelf. Now these LED bulbs, it's my first personal experience with using them, but yeah, I've flipped my green coupe over already because I want to show you guys the contrast of what the LED versus the old filament bulbs is like. It's impressive, very, very impressive. So maybe what I'll do here, I'll kill the lights. Okay guys, black garage. I'm gonna flash up the headlights in the convertible in their glorious stock format. These are 100% stock bulbs, okay? You get the picture. Maybe I'll just flash them on high beam for you here real quick too. High, low, okay? Now then, let's fire up the LED technology. Like, absolutely staggering difference. And as I mentioned, they're high and low. Okay guys, so for those of you that don't know, filament bulbs actually run very, very hot, which is one of the reasons why they consume so much more power than a LED bulb. And what I thought I would do to show you the contrast, because obviously you can't tell how warm this is by me touching it, I've got a little laser temperature gauge here that I thought I'd throw on the light and give you a test. So now, just for contrast, my paint is reading 85 and a half, give or take, okay? So now we come down to the bulb, or the headlight. 97 and a half, 98. So a heck of a lot hotter, okay? Now just to contrast that, I'll get you over to the LED. So again, paint, 85 and a half. LED light bulb, 85 and a half. Pretty wild. So let's see what comes in the box. So again, they're called Easy Eagle. I don't know, 300% brightness. Now in all honesty, I bought these because I bought them on Amazon. They did have good reviews, and they actually were one of the cheaper options that I could have bought, because there's a myriad of them on there if you go on and look. So, okay, all the goodies, kind of tells you how to hook them up and light output, whatever. Are you happy, are you not happy card. So here is the bulb. Pretty tight little package, right? Some of you that have changed your own light bulbs, you recognize this plug. Actually, here, I'll give you a contrast. These are those high school beauties that I was telling you about that were in my car. Eurolight. Anyway, okay, so more or less the same size. Now, I don't know why they have to run a fan on the back of these. It's obviously for a cooling effect. I don't know what it is inside the computer chip of this thing that makes it run hot, but LEDs themselves do not run hot. So anyway, I apologize. I am not very well read on that component of it, but the reality of it is, even with this cooling fan in there, it's pretty much the same size as a regular filament bulb. Now, if you watch some other videos, you're going to see that when you go to take your locking cap or nut here that locks this light bulb into place in your headlight housing, you're going to see a lot of guys, they're either taking a Dremel to trim this out, or they're heating it up with a heat gun, heating these fins up and then like pressing it past. Now here's one of the coolest parts about these guys' design. Bango. That all pops off, right? You slide your cap on, pardon me, slide your cap on, and then you drop this guy back on there. And there you go. You drop that in your headlight housing, bang, tighten your lock nut up, and you got an LED headlight without having to cut, drill, grind, mooch these fins over, heat them up, whatever. You got a plug and play, guys, which is absolutely fabulous if you ask me. Right, so as I mentioned, the convertible is still in stock format. Now, here's one thing I do not know the answer to. So this is the stock locking nut. I have not tried the stock locking nut on those bulbs like I just showed you. I probably should, so you guys have an idea. These are an aftermarket locking nut that comes with, well, I've got aftermarket headlights or headlight lenses in both of these cars. So you look over here and you can see there's the LED bulb with one of these plastic locking nuts in there. It's dead simple, guys. I mean, I don't know if you want me to show you or not, but like, you literally push your headlight in and you spin your locking nut on, you plug it in. End of the day, that's all there is to it. And the only other thing, pardon the reflection, is you want to make sure that the light bulb, the LED bulb, is facing up and down, north-south. If that makes sense. So it's skinny up and down. And the reason being is the light output shoots to the side of your headlight and then obviously reflects out and onto the road. So that's what they look like in there. And like I say, over in stock format, I do not know if these locking nuts will work. Here, you know what? Give me a sec. I'm going to pull one out and I'll show you if they do or not. Okay, stock locking nut, stock bulb. Okay, that's how it goes in your car. Plugs in the back. And the reason I'm wondering if this will work with these bulbs is because you can see this is pretty much double the size. So let's pull this guy apart and see. Oh, for sure it will. Yeah. Essentially, in the back end, you're just going to have the cooling fan not as exposed in the stock locking nut, but it'll definitely work. Alright guys, let's fire these up and see how they did. Not bad. Now upon first initial reactions, I will say that the ribbed format of these stock replica headlights does seem a little fluffier, if you will, which makes sense, versus the clear headlights I've got in my coupe without the ribbing. However, what an absolute night and day difference. That's the color they used to be. Okay guys, there you have it. So in closing, very stark contrast between what a stock filament bulb gives you and an LED upgraded bulb. This technology, it's been around for a long time. I actually remember learning about it in mechanics class and it kind of blew my mind at the time, but it wasn't all that prevalent until, I don't know, let's say the last 8 years-ish, give or take. Now you see, I mean, most vehicles that roll off the line either have an LED or an HID projector style headlight. And I mean, even backup lights, interior lights, they're all changing over to this LED because it makes more sense. I don't know if they're any cheaper to manufacture, but I definitely know they last longer, they produce less heat, less of a draw on the battery. It's just all around a way better system. So yeah, I hope this helps you guys out and hopes you see better at night. If you're, we're all curious about what it's like to go down this LED road, it's very easy. It's like I showed you, plug and play and get your car flipped over, and if you get caught out after dark in your car, then you can get home safe. So thanks very much for watching guys, I appreciate it, and yeah, like, share, subscribe, it all helps the channel out and helps this information get out to more people, which is why I started this channel in the first place. So I'd appreciate it if you'd help me out there too. Thanks a lot guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, bye for now.